And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game from Korea Board Games called Fruit Picking. This is a game in which you're collecting fruit, because fruit does a body good. Now, I will say that this game is fairly abstract. It is a mancala style game where you pick up everything from one spot and drop it in others. This is a mechanism that's used in a lot of games to great effect. Let's see how it's used here. At the beginning of the game, one person will shuffle these discs and place them face up in the 6 areas of, you don't cover this marketplace up, in 6 areas on their board. And then everyone else will copy that exactly onto their boards. So everyone starts with the same setup. You'll have a market here. We'll shuffle a deck of cards and place 4 here underneath the market board. One person goes first and you go until someone wins. To win, you must complete one of these victory conditions here. Collect 4 of the same fruit, 1 of each of the 5 fruits, 3 pairs, or 1 pair and 3 of the same fruit. And what you're going to be doing is on your turn, you're going to pick one spot that has some of your fruits in it. You start with 2 on the first 3. So let's say I pick this one. There's 2 there. So I'm just going to drop them clockwise. 1, 2. The one that I finish in becomes my active fruit spot. You can't make the marketplace your active spot. So there's 2 things you can do when you pick an active spot. I can say, all right, I want to water it. I count how many fruits there are. There's 2 fruits here. 3, 1, 1, and 2. Here you have to pick the water action. It's going to be 2. So there's 2, so I take 2 from the middle, add on them here. My turn is finished. Next turn I might go here, for example, and go 1, 2. And now I water this, and I drop a fruit there. Next turn I might do this. 1, 2, 3. No, I don't want to do that actually. I'll pick this one and go 1, 2, 3, and water there, and drop some fruits there. So you're going to do that for a while. What you want to do is you want to buy one of these fruits. So to buy a fruit, let's say, for example, that it looked like this. On my turn, I can take the strawberries here and go 1, 2, 3. I can now buy a pair in the row here. Each of these is going to cost 1 fruit. 4 per fruit there, so the pair costs 1, and since it's here, it's also going to cost an additional 2. I pay these from the marketplace, so I'll pay 2 from the marketplace. I also have to pay everything from the active spot, and then I get that fruit. Then the other fruits slide over, and we add a new one in there. So that's basically it. You're going to either be watering and adding more of these, or you're going to be buying a fruit, which will cause some to go back into the middle. Again, the first person to meet one of these conditions is the winner of the game. I have mixed feeling about the components. I like the little fruits, and I like moving around. These are double-edged boards here, and they're really good quality. The cards that go inside them, though, less so. These are super paper thin. And the cards here are also fairly paper thin. So those aren't great quality. The pictures are fine. The different fruits are easy to tell apart. So like I said, it's kind of a mixed quality, although it does have a nice little insert to put all your fruits, your cards in there. So there's that. It's probably more good than bad component quality. Fruit picking is a really interesting game because I think that how you might react to it is going to widely come from the number of players in the game. So the game can go 4 players, 2 to 4 players. Actually, there's a solo variant. I haven't tried that. The 2-player game is really well done. I sit there and I'm strategically trying to outpace my opponent. There's no luck in the game other than how the cards come out. So I can sit there and think, all right, if I take these and put these here, and then put these there, and then put these there, and then add these here, I'll be able to buy that one on this turn. I'm also watching what my opponent's collecting. They collected some strawberries. I think they're going for 4 of a kind because I got 3 strawberries. So if a strawberry comes out, I'll probably buy it so they can't. It's more problematic in a 3 to 4 player game. The game just becomes too chaotic then. You're never quite sure what's going to be available on your turn because while I can count out my turn, and that's this game is all about figuring out how to drop the fruits in so you can set up for your next turns, I might be able to keep track of what my opponent's doing. To keep track of 2 to 3 opponents is very difficult. And it also will lie, and it's interesting, it will lie in the fact of how the cards come out. So in one game I played with 3 players, we were all fairly even. Everyone was collecting their things, and everyone needed a specific fruit. Well, 2 fruit of that type came out. So the one person bought one. I could not buy the second one, so then the third person won because they were able to afford it. And it didn't feel at that point that that person had earned that victory. It felt lucky. Now you might say, well, this is supposed to be a light game. I don't know that I agree on that. This has some pretty good crunchy numbers in there. As are you going to water and water? You're going to water at the beginning for a while, but you're trying to set up to buy the fruits. Which ones are you going for? Are you going to buy the easy to buy pineapple and pear? Or you go for the bananas and the, what's the other one that's 2? The plums. Or do you want to go for the strawberries that are 3? That maybe you'll go for the more expensive fruits because the other person might not. But there's just that kind of back and forth seesaw between 2 people. And when you add in the third and the fourth, that level of chaos, I don't believe justifies the strategic crunchiness of how you move these around as mancala. I still thought it was a fine, interesting game at that point, but it felt more like everything was out of my control, and I didn't like it as much. With 2, perfectly fine, and if you're getting it for 2 players, that's what I would recommend. So it's interesting. It takes the idea of mancala, adds a little bit of a fruit theme to it, and offers a decent amount of replayability because the order you put out the fruits is going to be different each game. So that's fruit picking. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you all next time.
Dice Tower Judgment approved with 2.